I'm Cleopatra August, and I'm back again on Cleopatra's Charms. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and make sure you give us the thumbs up. Today, I wanted to talk about third eye awakening and shifting into a new reality and a fifth dimensional level. Lots of people in the past have made jokes like, oh, I see it with my third eye, or my third eye is telling me this, which is basically kind of familiarized with psychics and having prosthetic ability and different supernatural energies. Well, it's true that everybody has a third eye, and that third eye doesn't always show individuals things until they begin to go through an awakening process, which is what a lot of people are feeling nowadays. And I know when I was going through my awakening process, I started to just one day just think and about life and to see things in such a different perspective. And I even went to work that day remembering, why are my thoughts like this? Why is my life like this? How come things aren't going to plan? I feel like I'm not doing something right. And then it led to reading some of the books and things about, the self-help books and trying to figure out that was my issue. I noticed I had, a few symptoms, all kinds of headaches and just a new reality. And it felt like I was out of touch with this 3D world that we live in. But as a mother and as a person that was going to work and, having to be so supportive as a woman, I wanted to try to ignore these things and to keep continuing on with my understanding of life up until this point. However, I was starting to know that my understanding of life was being questioned by my inner self. Why are things the way this? Why does the wind blow this way? Why do birds chirp? My mind just started to open up and evolve. And I then started to understand that I was going through an awakening process. And I started to read books on it. I started to educate myself on it. And I do understand a lot more than I did. The awakening process is very great. You'll be very enlightened. You will start to appreciate things in life as you've never done it before. You will start to move in directions and maybe even have synchronicity with animals, plants, things, people. I mean, it's just an amazing journey. However, there are some symptoms that you're going to be going through when the third eye opens up. A lot of these symptoms, lots of people call them ascension symptoms, but they are a normal part of the process. I do want to put a disclaimer out there. If you feel that you are going through some of these symptoms, it's always best to check with your physician just to make sure that you're feeling okay. But here are some of the symptoms that lots of people going through this awakening process kind of state that they experience. And so I have a list right here that I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. And it is based off of what thousands and thousands of people have been experiencing. And so if you're going through one of these symptoms or many of the symptoms, I really, really hope that you receive it and you do more education on it and know that you are on the path of the divine. And you will then, once your third eye does open and you allow these energies to flow through and you do more research meaning the information's already here, you're just researching it, you will then start to have also supernatural abilities and different perspectives. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and read the ascension symptoms that are most commonly found in lots of people that are going through the awakening process, meaning they're moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. First one is headaches. You may experience a lot of headaches. A lot of people associate that with the awakening process, meaning they're downloading cosmic information and, maybe getting rid of old information that no longer makes sense or no longer serves you. But a lot of people experience headaches. Vision changes, your sight changes. Your vision shifting is a very common symptom. It gives you the extra ability to see things in different perspectives. Your sleep patterns may be interrupted. Lots of people report that they can't sleep at all. They wake up during a certain time, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Some people report that they're sleeping more. So it's just different based on who you are and what you're going through and what part of the process that you're in. Feeling that you're losing it or going crazy, that's kind of a lot of people feeling like that. It's just because your brain is so open to different information and frequencies, and there are doors in your brain that start to open that you've never been down, and it goes against some of the understanding that you have learned this far from a baby up until adulthood. And when those new things, that new information comes and kind of questions everything that you've learned, it sometimes makes you feel like you're losing it. So that's also a common practice. And for when you have those moments where you feel like the information is kind of flipping your understanding too much, I suggest that you meditate and go somewhere quiet and calm yourself, calm your brain, do some breathing techniques, maybe go on a walk. These things are also very helpful when you're going through ascension symptoms. Revisiting habits and patterns that you thought were gone. Some people report seeing their life going and having visions again through their childhood, or just different things that have happened to them. Emotional tenderness, you'll have mood swings. Embracing unity and consciousness, feeling an overloving wellness and love for humanity and the planet and your trees and your grass, and you start, like I said, you start to see things way differently. You have a heightened sense to smell, sound, and taste. And I can say for sure that happened to me. I actually thought I was pregnant because I was like, I can really taste things. The smells are really I'm really keen on smells, and it wasn't. I'm not pregnant, but it was a rewarding journey. Losing track of time. That might be a normal habit for some people, but time does seem to be one of the ascension symptoms. Physically dropping or bumping into things. Hearing high-pitched tones or a series of tones. And a lot of people report that their ears ring. And so, like I said, if you feel like you have any of these symptoms and you need to go to the doctor, by all means, please go to the doctor. However, a lot of people will associate with ringing ears and tones and pitches in their ears as consciousness. A lot of people think that they're downloads as well. Spiritual death or brief thoughts of not wanting to be on Earth anymore. A heightened sense of not being the only ones on the planet. A general sense of free-flowing energy at times. You'll have a lack of focus and attention for a length of time. Newfound discomfort with some public environments. A lot of people get social anxiety at times. Certain urge to make everything spacious. You will want nothing cluttered around you because sometimes it feels like you're crowded with information, crowded with things. So you want to have a spacious environment. Attraction to new colors, changes in your priority or your relationships or your careers, things that you feel no longer serve you, feeling of moving fast. A lot of people, and including myself, had hot feet. If you ever are sitting or standing or walking and you feel that your feet are getting hot or very warm sensation, that's one of them. They wake up a lot. I did mention that. Waves of sudden emotion. Sometimes people have gotten depressed or very sad or very happy. Changing your body weight, either needing to eat a lot or not wanting to eat at all. Let's see. Some more are you have food intolerances or allergies that you've never had before. Hearing is either increased or decreased. Anger produces outbreaks, so you might have skin rashes, hives, things of that nature. Power surges, sweats and hot flashes, aches and pains, different places. You might start looking younger. Vivid dreams are very common. a loss in sense leading to depression, big one, a desire to break free from restricted patterns, an emotional mental confusion, a perception that time is moving too fast, impatient, you get a lot of impatientness going on, a deep yearning for your meaning, your life purpose, your, relevance on here on earth, a feeling that you are different. And the last one is that teachers start to appear everywhere. Now, certainly these are not all the symptoms and signs. I've just given you a few. If you have more questions, you can leave it in the comment, and I'll try to respond to you. Once again, like I said, I'll try my best to reach out to you because it's not an easy process to go through with the third eye awakening and the symptoms. But at the end of the day, it's very rewarding. And I do have to tell you that once you start awakening, the bridge burns behind you, meaning you can't go back home. But that's okay, because you'll adapt to your new world, you'll adapt to the understanding of what the universe is trying to show you, and then you will start to have these supernatural things that happen to you. So go ahead and go along with it. Like I said, hit the subscribe button and give me a legs up. Thanks.